20 points with 6 minutes still left in the first quarter.
Hey, when's the last time you've listened to R. Kelly?
Well, technically, I sent you that video earlier today of the "I'm a Flirt" story with Bow Wow. So, if you want to be technical today,
Do you believe Bow Wow, by the way?
I do because it's funny. Actually, when that song did come out, I knew that Bow Wow was initially on it, like back then, and I thought that it was Bow Wow's song first. But it made it all everything he said checked out from the standpoint of even when you do think about it, it is the remix. But it was all R. Kelly's song as the remix.
Yeah, and because the original didn't come out.
Well, it leaked. It definitely leaked.
Yeah, well, yeah, it leaked.
Yeah.
I mean, I got it off LimeWire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like
because you have to sanity check some of the stuff that Bow Wow says because he's on that list.
Really, you put Bow Wow on the list?
Right,
he's got more credibility than Fat Joe.
Bow Wow was taking pictures. He was photoshopping himself in pictures.
I know a Spellmanite that was doing that. I won't go too deep into it, but
do I know her?
Yeah, you do. Put it this way: I used to have sex with her.
That tells me nothing.
Yeah, it does. Light skin, very light skin. Now I'm saying too much on Instagram.
Let's just shoot me a text, man. I was just gonna say text it over.
You do. I put it this way: think of a Sir Mix-a-Lot song. Just how the song starts.
Yeah, just text it to me.
Think of Sir Mix-a-Lot's most famous song, and
yeah, I know.
So I don't have to text it to you. You just the question's answered. No, I'm serious. It's true. You can ask anyone in the group. Listen, you can ask anybody in the group. You can ask anyone in the group.
I forgot about that. No, I forgot about that because I remember that being a Yo, she hasn't made the group in years.
Well, there's nothing to talk about. This was just a fun fact because of what you said about Bow Wow. Because it made me think of that with her. But
hey, y'all, this was a pre-production story type story.
Hey, look, they like it.
Hey, man, how you doing though, man? We missed you last week. Somebody got a little thick.
Yeah, well,
sick.
I was about to say, it sounded like you said somebody. But no, yeah, I wasn't feeling well. I thought that I was going to be able to get through. I think I got food poisoning. I'm almost certain that that's what it was. Because it was like having a hangover, but like I was actually throwing up though. Because I don't even throw up when I'm hungover now. I don't throw up from drinking liquor. No, I'm serious. I don't get sick. I don't even get that sick even when I drink way, way too much. But I was throwing up and stuff, so I was like, okay, something's just not sitting right here. But we are back at full capacity, and that's what really matters. So, missed it last week, which sucks because we didn't get to do a preview for the Super Bowl. But at the end of the day, it wasn't too much to preview. Any bet I probably would have given out outside of Seattle covering would have been a loser because nobody hit their prop bets. Drake May did, but like outside of that, it was.
I saw on a page Drake May had the most fourth quarter yards. I'm like, bro, they were playing prevent the whole fourth quarter. Nothing cheap, nothing deep.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe he got those yards, but those weren't yards that mattered.
Yeah, he threw for like 225 yards in the fourth quarter.
Sure.
Including one, 3 touchdowns? He threw 2 to Patriots and then 1 to Seattle. So,
I mean, look, he looked like the person that I kind of thought he was. Like, hey, this kid is good, but he's not one of them ones yet.
Yeah.
You know,
He
like
was like a second-year quarterback.
yeah, it's like yeah, he played in the Super Bowl and Lamar hasn't, Josh hasn't, but I still like Josh and Lamar more than I like Drake May, and I also like them at their peaks more than I like what I think his upside is going to be.
Yeah.
He may be as good as they are, but we know that, and this isn't even getting into the Super Bowl stuff yet, but like the Patriots won the Super. I mean, the Patriots are a football team that's carried by all three phases, and if you're an idiot and you play into what the four letter wants to talk about or Fox wants to talk about, and you start doing this quarterback win stuff and yeah, Drake may take him over this guy. But if you actually are looking at who's good at football and you watch football games and you listen to good analysis, and then you can kind of piecemeal stuff together to kind of get a decent understanding of what's going on while knowing there's a lot that you don't understand, you go, hey, Drake May is probably a top 15 quarterback and is in a top 5 situation. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like I'm starting to look at Super Bowl winning quarterback as yes or no and have way more scrutiny on the situation. And maybe because, I'm so anti media narratives now because I just think everything is propaganda and an ad.
It is for the most part.
And it's like, hey, the media conversation focuses on the players all the time and what they can and can't do and replacing the player and this and that. Why don't we look at the front office that way? You know what I mean? Like, why don't we look at the coaching that way? I bet you it's harder to become an NFL player than it is to become an NFL coach.
I would agree. Yeah.
And I bet you it's harder to become an NFL player than it is to work in an NFL front office. I'm not going to say GM because that's hard. You know what I mean? It's only 32 of them. But
yeah.
So we're scrutinizing the parts for not fitting, but the parts don't choose the system that they're put into. And again, the owners are the rich ones, so they're going to protect themselves and their people. But don't you think we should spend way more time talking about how fucked up franchises are instead of talking about players, especially in the NFL because it's a team league and not a player-driven league, but we blame things on players and not organizations?
Well,
unless they're a bad organization.
Well, don't you think that now, i.e. the Jets, don't you think that now because of a Sam Darnold that's why that narrative will now begin to change significantly?
No, because
he was written, think about it, he was written for dead. And now he's got a Super Bowl in what was considered a pretty solid, now by today's standard, a really good first round of quarterbacks. I mean, outside of Rosen, everybody else is pretty much, they've been Pro Bowlers.
You are thinking like a rational human being. You got to think like a billionaire who wants to protect his investment and has influence over the people who get to talk on the microphone.
Yeah.
So for guys like us, yeah, that's a conversation. It's definitely a conversation.
Yeah.
But for, guys like Steve, only guy who might get into something like this is Pablo. Because Pablo clearly is an old school journalist who does what journalists are supposed to do.
Pablo is a marked man is what he is.
I think he's protected.
Adam Silver, look, he's connected.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about Adam. I'm talking about the guy he's going after. That's who's connected.
Him too, but I'm just saying.
He's more connected than Adam Silver.
You think?
Yeah. He was the CEO of Microsoft.
I mean, he certainly has more money, but I'm just saying.
No. He knows
Adam's connections.
Yeah, but think about how many businesses have been running off of Microsoft for years.
Everybody, for the most part.
So,
hell, I use Microsoft. Even though I have Apple products, I mean, we all use Microsoft.
Do you not think there's a way that Microsoft can find out what's being done on Microsoft products?
Yeah, absolutely can. But that opens up a bigger can of worms if it's found out that they're doing that and they're not disclosing. That's not something you signed up for.
But do you think that Steve could access information for individuals who he know won't go public because of the information that he has?
Yeah. Bring it to the attorneys.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, Adam has a lot of power and connections, and I know what kind of connections you're talking about. It's probably about 6 pointed. It's like about 6 points of connection that he has.
Mm-hmm.
And
he knows all the stars.
Some might say it's a constellation of connections.
Yeah.
So,
not to mention, outside of those connections, he's also got 31 other ones. Or I'm sorry, 29 other ones.
And Braun.
I'd say maybe even the Jumpman.
No, I think that died with
because with the Jumpman, here's the thing too. It's like skull and bones for them. Past NBA stuff, everybody knows about it, so everybody's on the same team. When it comes to protecting the league's interest, Jordan needs to protect it too because he wants to protect himself.
Is everything a conspiracy?
No, I don't know. I'm just saying. I just think that a guy like Pablo, he should, watch his back when he's walking in New York streets. You just never know who's around.
I think that Pablo should be protected at all costs because what he's doing is what we need. And, back in the day, this is what journalism was. And, the 4-letter was actually built on journalism. And then, the guy who pays and platforms Pablo, Dan Le Batard.
Yeah.
No, he's the guy that said Stephen A. and Skip Bayless ruined sports talk and all of that stuff.
Really?
Yeah. He said it to their faces. Well, to Stephen A.'s face. And, Pablo. Huh?
I said, you mean sleeve?
Yeah. Sleaze. But, a guy like Pablo, guys like Steve are going to yell over Pablo at the 4-letter because, Steve's not even a journalist anymore. He's not a reporter. He's an opinionist. He's a talking head.
Yeah.
And so the talking heads just talk and the ratings come in and, big business says, hey, we can shut up journalism. We can cancel newspapers. Washington Post just laid off a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Closed up some departments. It's like, hey, we're going to get rid of mainstream journalistic media that has money behind it and support to dig up the stuff that people don't want to the world to know. Yeah. So Pablo, keep doing the good work, man, and hopefully Dan Le Batard pays a lot of money for security.
Dan can only do with so much from Miami.
Well, at the end of the day, if Silver and the Clippers and Ballmer, if they join forces, there's nothing that can be done.
Yeah,
there's nothing that can be done. He's gonna have to go. He's gonna have to go hide out in Russia or Saudi Arabia or something.
Yeah, most likely. But look, we didn't even get to really properly kick this thing off. How the hell are you doing? I didn't get to ask you.
Oh man, not too bad. Another good week working where I work, doing the things that I do.
Mm-hmm.
great Super Bowl festivities. Like I was telling you before the show, definitely a different environment than I've ever watched the Super Bowl in. For one, I hardly knew anybody in the room or in the house, and there weren't really any football fans. There were a few, but it wasn't fueled around the Super Bowl. It was more so around the halftime show. And I've never been to a Super Bowl party like that before.
Would you call it a culture shock, to say the least?
Yeah, I mean, not a culture shock, because you know, of the mainstream American cultures, I'm fairly comfortable being in those intimate, personal, home type environments because I've done it multiple times. You know, like you grow up in Cartersville, you go to white people's house if you're a kid in school, especially if your parent lets you spend the night with your friends like mine did. You're gonna hang out in white kid's house. You know, between military and living on the West Coast, you make Hispanic, Latino, you know, Asian friends. So you build up those rapport and you go to those house parties. And, you know, I married a Latina woman. So very comfortable in you know, the Spanish, Latin American environments because I was in them so often, you know, doing things with in-laws. So no, not a culture shock at all, buddy.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying for something like that, for a Super Bowl, you know, because the Super Bowl is as American as apple pie if you let people at Turning Point tell it. But
did you watch any of that?
No, but I saw a clip of it on Twitter. But of course, no, you know, we weren't. Which actually, let's see. Shout outs to Benito. Again, I don't know Bad Bunny's music like that. Bad Bunny, you know, but I will say this. He honestly, visually, it was great. I thought it was great from like the standpoint of what he was trying to do and just like the hypeness. I liked it. I thought that it was well done. He executed it.
I sent to multiple group texts. I don't know what this nigga yapping about, but I enjoyed it. Yeah. Like the I don't listen to Bad Bunny either.
And right, and that didn't change the opinion in terms of, oh, now I'm gonna start listening to Bad Bunny. It's like, no, he did the Super Bowl. I enjoyed it, you know, and kind of leave it there.
So since we're here, because I think there's multiple avenues we can talk about the Super Bowl performance, right? The performance in itself and how we felt about it. I thought it was a good performance. I ain't know what the fuck he was saying, but it was a vibe. I could dance. I could see that he was painting the true Puerto Rican culture, you know, and like not just Puerto Rican culture in Puerto Rico. It looked like, you know, with the Cardi B and them by the bodega type shit. You know what I'm saying? It was like Puerto Rican culture in America.
The sugar cane.
Yeah, the sugar cane, which is, buddy. Do you know the stories about how we did?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The way that he executed it, what it was that he was trying to get done. Because some people could say even with Uncle Sam I wouldn't even get into the symbolic shots yet. I was just saying him painting his culture, right? Like I just thought that was great. Even the parts that I didn't understand, whether it was verbal or me not understanding enough of Puerto Rican culture to get some of the cultural things. Yeah.
And then to end it with, you know, the unity piece and talking about America and then listing off the actual Americas and not just the United States of America. I thought that was great because, yeah, we all are America. And, you know, with the way that we enforce the Monroe Doctrine and like us going to get Maduro pretty much saying, hey, we're going to do this. Y'all can't do nothing about it because y'all can't do anything that we do in this hemisphere.
Yeah.
So if we all are America, that means we all are one. So show the diversity in what the Americas are. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Big ups to him. Now, if you want to get into if you want to get into the political, all of the fallout, you know, I'm here for that too.
Oh, like Steve?
I mean, like Steve, the president. I mean,
yeah, but I thought Steve's is what stood out more than anything.
Why? Because
that was Steve's point. He's like, you know, I agree. Because if he's the face of sports media and he agrees and says, why do we have somebody that exclusively speaks Spanish doing, America's biggest?
That's why.
Well, yeah, of course. Well, Hove wore wore a sweatshirt that said "The game needs me" at the Super Bowl. Obviously alluding to. Well, no telling what.
In this country, you can't compartmentalize. You must compartmentalize to stay sane.
That's what I have to do when Hove does. You know what I mean?
I think Jigga. Would you say that Jigga is? What was the first Super Bowl he did? I know that they hired him. It was post cap, so it wasn't the Atlanta Super Bowl. Wasn't the first?
No. That because that fed into Hove getting a Super Bowl because
everybody was upset that Maroon 5.
I think
Adam
it was
Levine is fucking doing the Super Bowl, and it's like we're in Atlanta.
It was the 50 Eminem one.
Mary J. Blige. Dr. Dre. Yeah.
Dr. Dre. Yeah,
right.
I think
and that to me still, I'm gonna be honest. In my opinion, and look, Rihanna was good, Usher was good too. I still think the Dr. Dre Super Bowl was the best.
Good for you. Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, I'm with Usher in recent history. But since when did the Super Bowl halftime show actually matter? And not in the sense like to the point that it becomes this talking point. It's been a talking point for months, especially the last 2 years. Kendrick going up there making a stance, cool. That's who you are. Bad Bunny going up there making a stance. What happened to it being good music that we like, so we watch it? Or we're stuck in a room and you watch it, or some shit you don't care about, so you go watch the lingerie bowl instead, or you go piss and get food, and if you step outside, you go step out. Like, why does it have to matter this much? Because growing up, I never gave. Huh?
You're asking why is it culturally significant?
Why does it have to be culturally significant? I don't think it has to be that.
Well, because technically it's the most viewed concert every year.
Yeah, but when Rihanna went up there, it was about a performance.
Well,
we didn't even talk. It didn't make the sports shows.
Well, you're right. Except, her being pregnant and like unveiled
that was revealed in the entertainment universe, and that was not tied to the Super Bowl.
TMZ.
Yeah, but it wasn't tied to the Super Bowl. It had nothing to do with the Super Bowl. It happened to do with Rihanna appearing publicly pregnant. Right. If they would have caught her at goddamn LAX pregnant, it does the same media post that it you know what I mean? So
yes.
I'm starting to think maybe our good guy Hove,
Jigga.
Because he's invested in a lot of things, and he's a guy who controls media markets. He's the black representative.
Jig's a jig.
Your words, not mine.
What? He goes by Jigga.
Yeah,
So Jigga is just Jig is short for Jig. What did Vince McMahon say? He said, I don't make the rules around here, when he clearly did.
Hey, do you think Jay-Z is just feeding into the media machine when he's picking people to go up there so they can make more money off of it?
Jay-Z is almost like a mythical creature these days. He's Mr. Untouchable. His wife's Beyonce. He's a billionaire. He's got all these ventures. When he does speak, it's like you're still talking to the same Hove that would get interviewed in any decade. But he's such a mysterious, he's a mythical figure at this point. He doesn't make music anymore.
He's a mob.
When he does make music, he makes a statement on the verses that he's doing, like whether it's the shit with the Nipsey Hussle shit for the Judas and the Black Messiah, or his verse on God Did. He's like he's very much so this almost mythical creature.
Does everything have to make a cultural statement? Can't you just do something and just leave it at that? And if somebody takes something from it,
because that's not what we want, Lee. That's why because I was talking during it, I didn't see them all. Probably tonight I'll get on YouTube to watch all the Super Bowl commercials. But obviously the big winners on the Super Bowl commercials were
Hey, we're not talking. Who cares? We're not talking about
I'm bringing it up for a reason. The cultural, like it's because it kind of gets into it. It's just like 50 Cent doing the DoorDash thing.
That was the best commercial.
All right, but my point, it was great because everything about it was great.
No, and also the commercial sucked. Nobody gave a fuck about the commercial because everybody want to make a statement in the commercial. Make it funny and sell us something besides Ozempic.
What's wrong with Zim?
I don't believe in
cheating.
I don't believe in advertising medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And when I see a bunch of celebrities promoting a product, I run. That's scary. Why are you trying to advertise and influence me to take this shot every week so that I don't eat? But this was originally a medicine for diabetes. And yeah, this is a side effect, but now we're re-rock. No, man. And Serena be me before Ozempic or me before whatever GLP-1s, and now, girl, you look better then.
Yeah, that ass.
So the commercials, you know, I get on here and just blame how money's ruined everything. Same with the commercials. They used to be funny. Hi. Yeah, damn that. Man.
I know, I'm doing it for it pops up.
I know you're doing it for engagement and being nice. And I'm like, hey, let's give them the engagement that they want. The engagement is between you and I.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. Okay, well, aside from Benito commercials, the game itself again blew. I wasn't a big fan. Seattle was the best team in the NFL this year, and I think we can all agree. I mean, it's not just because they did win. Like that team has been talented. They've drafted well. Where would you want to put this defense?
I don't do that.
Okay. You don't
like,
want to I mean, it was a pretty dominant performance. So
yeah. No. I just let's not take away from what it was by jumping to where does this rank all time? Who gives a fuck? It was good today. They just had the parade today, right?
Yeah. Like, why does it matter that the 85? Why are we bringing up the 85 Bears and the 2000 Ravens and the Legion of Boom? And
hey, you want a high school state championship, right?
Yes.
You're a champion.
Yes.
Do you care where your state championship ranks among the state champions in history?
No.
Because you won the state championship, right?
Yeah, our team was special that year.
Bingo. So why do we care about where this defense ranks, and how can we accurately even come? Again, it's just becomes a media conversation to have for the sake of a conversation because it gets clicks, likes, and views and stuff. But
we like TV dinners around here, Lee.
No, we don't. We cook.
No, that's what America's baked. We like TV dinners.
And we are the niche. We want to be a niche part of American broadcast culture that still wakes up in the morning and starts the pasta sauce.
Yeah.
You know, I respect that when my mom cooks big dinners, it doesn't start day of. We're prepping days before.
Yes.
Like, no, I want that flavor to be deep in there. And if everybody doesn't want this, that's fine. You go get you some McDonald's.
We want it rooted in substance.
Exactly. We're washed and winning. You know, part of being washed is that we're older. We got some old vibes to us, man.
Yeah.
If the AI don't post it on TikTok, it ain't going on TikTok because we ain't on TikTok.
Yeah. And I don't care to engage with people on TikTok either, unless they want to offer me large sums of money, because then I don't care. But
or if they're hot.
Well, yes.
I wasn't gonna let you just get away with saying you wouldn't entertain a hot chick on TikTok.
No, I absolutely would.
Do you have a TikTok?
I have one that literally is not me. Nobody would know it's me. I have it just in case I'm sent content so I can view it. Because if you don't have a TikTok, you can't really view it all the time.
So point being, you meet a broad out and she gives you her TikTok and you try to fight it off. Great conversation, right? Mm-hmm. And she just says, "Hey, follow me on TikTok." And you tell her your whole, "Hey, I don't really have TikTok. It's just a burner." She's like, "Oh, cool. Just follow me." You're gonna follow.
I'll say, "Okay, well, what's your Instagram?"
And she says, I'm on TikTok because she's 22.
Okay. I'll be like, well, let me just get your phone number.
She's like, "This TikTok."
Look, I'll follow you on TikTok, but let me get your phone number.
But I'm telling you, she's only going to give you.
Follow you on TikTok.
She's going to give you TikTok. She's going to give you her TikTok, and y'all are going to DM on TikTok. That's going to be the only reason you get on TikTok. And you're lying if you say you won't do it.
I think it would depend on the conversation I have with this person in person and all those other things,
You're big.
Yes, yes, I will bang a hot chick if she has a TikTok and that's all she has. Yes,
I know. I just admit it and stop saying. Well,
I'm thinking clearly now. All right,
but the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way.
Yeah, exactly.
This kid grew up in the church.
Yeah.
Shout out to the cross on your hat.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus came. That nigga.
I know we like Jay-Z's music.
Big Hov fans. I still believe that Jay-Z is the best rapper.
Do we?
Of all time.
Do we not really fuck with Hov today though?
Again, he's a mythical figure at this point. Nobody even knows much about Jay-Z, but Jay-Z is somebody that lives off of his past work anyways. That's what, because his words are still relevant today. That's Jay-Z lives off of that.
You think the CIA was Jay-Z's plug?
Well, if you let some people tell it, that is the case.
Oh, that's actually
in terms of with Rock Nation and all that funny shit that they got going on there.
They kind of do what they want over there at Rock Nation.
Yeah.
You guys want to sign us?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I take a couple dollars here and there.
No, we fly up to New York when y'all summon us.
Yeah. Well, Hov did.
Are we done talking about the Super Bowl?
Yeah, because there wasn't much to talk about.
Hold on. Shout out to Kenneth Walker. I want to give Kenneth Walker a big shout out because Kenneth Walker, he got Mel Tucker a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, just for them to try and take it from Mel.
Well, hopefully because of what's came out, Mel can sue them to get his money back.
Yeah.
And his lawyer doesn't take too much of his money that his lawyer shouldn't be entitled to, because I shouldn't have to pay to get my money back. But that's a conversation for another day. That's way deeper than him. But, Kenneth Walker, you remember he looked good at the beginning of his career, and then he started to fall off after Zach Charbonnet started to get carries?
Yeah, this year he pretty much really, every red zone carry was taken away from him. It was.
After watching the Super Bowl, do you kind of think that Mr. Ken Walker is a bell cow running back like he was for good old Mel? And not to say that the team shouldn't have a AB running back because they're looking at longevity, but for his just overall production, it seems like he's better if he's not splitting carries as much.
Yeah, I would say that. And look, with Charbonnet, the injury he had was a torn ACL at the end of the year, so he might miss next year anyways. But Ken is obviously entering free agency, and then Charbonnet is eligible for an extension. Now, they got a lot of different ways they could play it. Obviously, my thought would be that they're going to pay him and bring him back. But the question is, after winning Super Bowl MVP, if you're Seattle, knowing that you've got to extend JSN because you're going to extend him too, you still got Darnold for 2 more years.
No. They're gonna have to re-up with Sam.
No, I'm saying, but it was a 3-year deal he signed.
Yeah, they got to re-up this year.
He's got 2 more years. You can wait till after next year to do it, though.
I'm not. He's getting like 30, 33. I'm not taking that.
So you're saying you sit out?
No. I'm saying y'all are gonna make it right, so I don't have to sit out, and none of this goes public.
Right.
Because Sam Darnold he has a good name, and just being honest, Sam Darnold's white. And no, bro, no.
I get it.
When white quarterbacks ask for their money, or a quarterback just pops up with a new deal out of nowhere and we heard nothing about it.
Yeah.
They were pouting behind closed doors to get their goddamn money.
Yeah.
And then when other players come out and they hold out and this and that, there is a racial component to how contracts are handled and also how people go about wanting their money and the ways that they will go to get their money based on who they are and how they were raised and what money means to them. And while we're here, I'm tired of the media telling players to take less money for the fucking team. You take less money for the team. It ain't my job to make the team win. It's my job to do what I can to make the team win, and that's be the best player that I can be. And I'm the best player I can be when I'm getting the most money I can to be the best player. That's only for professionals, not high school and college. Like, y'all shouldn't follow the money. Y'all should follow coaching and development.
Well, they're not going to do that, Lee.
Well, they can't because their parents are making the decisions for them, and their parents are fucking money hungry and don't know the difference between a kid who's a possible pro or a kid who should take NIL. Me, if I were a prospect, son, I'm following the NIL. No, I follow the NIL.
Yeah, but you want coaching too.
I am talking about the high school athlete that I was.
Okay.
It was in my best interest to follow the money because my earning potential does not increase after college.
Right.
Whereas some guys, your earning potential increases after college. You should take your ass to the best situation that includes development and money. But we're not on that. We're talking about the Super Bowl.
Well, we're kind of moving on from the Super Bowl, but yeah, we brought Big Ken into the fold. Our biggest thing is now our football team, because we're the only team that somehow could make headlines during the week of the Super Bowl.
And you know what we had to do?
What's that?
The Lakers are up, but when you're a black man in this country, you can't compartmentalize. You must compartmentalize to stay sane.
And the problem was he couldn't compartmentalize Mr. James Pierce, so he compartmentalized his car into his old lady's car, and he went insane, or because he went insane.
Yes.
All right, so that was bad wordplay and a joke, but
no. It was deeply. I thought it was pretty good, but it was deeply saddening to see and hear about James Pierce Jr. Getting caught with it was 5 different charges, but 2 aggravated assaults, one against Rakia Jackson and the other against a Miami-Dade police officer. He got charged with aggravated stalking, which somebody broke this down. So when you get charged with aggravated stalking, that means that you were already reported for stalking prior to it. So this wasn't the first time, is what that means.
Are we shocked?
Well, did you see?
Just continue. Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Did you see the? He had somebody, I guess somebody like a classmate. They're like, man, this dude was in college, like in high school. Like,
yeah, I sent it to you.
Yeah. So, I mean,
how do you want to frame this conversation? I think we should talk about
the football business of it.
Yeah, I'm about to say, let's talk about the football business. And for anybody listening to this, especially a woman, a victim of domestic violence, for one, trigger warning for this entire conversation. 2, we're doing the football business first because this is a Falcons podcast first.
Yes.
hence the segment Falcons First that I should probably put up on the screen.
Yeah.
But I'm not, because I don't even want to put our Falcons First on the smut of this, because this guy probably won't be a Falcon after the first.
More than likely.
But the reason we're talking football first is not because football is more important in the grand scheme of life, but for what this show is, it is more important. And then we're going to have a much more detailed conversation about the non-football part. And we don't want to lose the football part if we jump into that first, because it's also a time show. So explain something to y'all that I probably shouldn't have, but I want y'all to learn and grow with us. So let's talk about the football business.
Yes.
So I look at it from a couple of different angles. I think about the league, I think about the Falcons, and I think about the football player. When I think about the league, they're going to be in cahoots with the Falcons about punishment based on what comes out, so on and so forth. He's getting a year if he gets to play football again.
I think it'll be one of those years where he really is just on the commissioner's list until they decide, like, once it's done.
Yeah,
but we don't know. We know how that could work. Like,
it might be 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm echoing out of one. Echo.
Not on my end.
Okay. But anyways, so you have what the NFL has to do, because the NFL has to protect the shield, but also the NFL has not handled domestic violence well.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of,
I mean, because Tyreek Hill had a video go viral over the weekend too, and it didn't really go viral. So again, but the NFL has a problem. Well, it's like 2 or 3 players in the Super Bowl who got caught up like this year.
Yeah.
Again, allegations. So you have that. What the NFL has to do. The Falcons. This is the pick that we're getting beat up for trading, and we were saying eat it, because both players that we drafted with that pick that we traded back were both impact players.
Yep.
So we were happy. It's like, ha, no, we did it right. And now that pick is looking shaky. But also the people who selected James Pierce aren't in the building anymore.
Nope, they're not.
So there's no loyalty to him. They don't know it. I mean, you got Brett, who may help, but you got a new president of football operations who has to come in and set a culture. And what kind of culture are we setting? Now, I think there's 2 ways that Matt can go. Matt can say, hey, we don't allow this. This is not who we are. Boom. Makes an example of it.
Yeah.
Or Matt can say, hey, I know he's a young man. He came in with character issues. Us as a franchise, we took a chance on him. We like the talent, and we want to give this guy another chance because we want to see him grow as a man. And we understand, we believe in what we're doing here. We'll help him realize off the field, because if we let him go, we don't know what's going to come with that. And I don't know what the Falcons do, but lastly, here's where I'm at with it from a football point of view. I hope he's suspended for a very long time. But in his suspension, I hope that he can be a part of team activities. Again, this is if he doesn't go to prison. If he goes to prison, totally different.
Which is what it sounds like. It sounds like he's probably going to go to prison.
I don't think so. But
man, he hit an officer.
Huh?
He hit an officer. How does he get that knocked down?
It depends on which direction the organization goes.
Okay.
If the organization says we like this guy, we believe in this guy, we want to help reform this guy, there are conversations that Arthur Blank can have with the DA's funding sources.
Yeah.
Or Arthur Blank can have a conversation with his next opponent.
Yeah.
Bro, we know like big business, right? So, yeah. Or how we
Arthur,
are aware.
Arthur can figure it out.
I'm saying if they want him back, it can be figured out with him not going to prison while still having to feel the wrath of it. But again, I think ultimately, if he doesn't go to prison, the organization should wrap their arms around him, because a guy who's clearly a head case like him does not need to lose football, which allows him to get his rage out, but also has afforded him a certain lifestyle that he's become accustomed to. And then if this guy all of a sudden becomes poor and unequipped to work at 25, you know what I mean? I don't mean unequipped to work in the sense that he doesn't have skills, but but if he gets a felony, and I mean, what do you do? James Pierce isn't going to work construction.
No, but that's why you look at a guy like him too, and you say to yourself, what do we? These lead to bigger issues, to where it's like, man, maybe he could be like, I'm not saying that he is, and I hope he's not, but that's like, what is he, like suicidal? Like, is he like one of those type of players that has this mental issue?
Or he might start beating other women.
Could start beating other women. Yeah. No, you're right.
And I don't know, man. I don't know. And did you see that she's willing to testify?
Yes.
I don't think it's going to trial. Do you?
Nah, yeah, I think that anything that there's going to be pleas done, and even if he's got to give her money or something, all parties will be satisfied. The question is just going to be, when it does come to the charges that have to stand, can he get them knocked down? And I think, again, like you said, it's going to ultimately come down to Arthur Blank. Does Arthur Blank want to help him? Yeah. And the more details that we get on the whole situation, it'll open itself up to where we really know, what direction this thing is going to actually head in.
These situations are just so difficult, because we're talking about the football and kind of the man who's involved in it.
Yes.
And mind you, we hadn't called him stupid and dumb and a crash out and all of that stuff like a lot of other outlets would, because his decisions were stupid and dumb. But when you understand, when you've had something to lose and you've been in situations and you've made the right decision, you start to understand that somebody who has more to lose than you is not operating with the same type of brain.
No.
And again, not that he's dumb, because us simplifying.
What he did was dumb, but yes.
Yeah, what he did was dumb, very dumb. But to simplify that behavior to just the actions in that moment is misleading. It's just bad. I'm sorry, I don't have the right words, but it's just bad, because if we want to make this a teachable moment, which we're about to transition into here now, we have to change the conversation around domestic violence. We have to have honest conversations around domestic violence. And that means men being honest about the things that they've done, women being honest about the things that they've done, people being honest about what they grew up, saw, witnessed, what you accept from your friends, what you accept from your partner. Have you ever lost your cool in a moment? Have you almost, did you do it? Did y'all make up? Did y'all talk about it? Have you been a victim? If people shared their experiences more often, you'd be shocked. I don't know a dude who ain't been hit by a woman. Has a woman ever put her hands on you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know a guy who hasn't had hands put on them by a woman. And I'm not saying that to say that women are aggressors. I'm not pointing a finger at anybody. I'm actually having a conversation, and my agenda is education, right? Let's put information out here and see where it goes. But I also don't know many women who haven't had their hands put on them either. Every girl I know has had their hands put on them by a dude.
Yeah.
And now every dude I know has not put their hands on a woman, and every girl I know has not put their hands on a man. But I know some guys who have.
Yeah.
I know some guys that do. I'm not saying my close circle and it's allowed. And look at me dressing shit up because we're on camera. But like, bro, I know niggas that hit women. I know women that hit hit niggas. And it is what it is. I don't accept that behavior. I don't like it, but it happens.
Yeah, you said that it was casually brought up by a coworker once to you guys, to where she's like, "Oh yeah."
Well, yeah, no. The story was, I'll tell it. One of my coworkers was telling a story about her boyfriend's daughter calling her to be like, my boyfriend put his hands on me, and the dad was ready to go pull up on his daughter's boyfriend because he put his hands on her, and the girl, like his girlfriend, my coworker, was like, I'm somebody's daughter, and like she left it at that, and I'm like, thanks for telling me your boyfriend beats you.
All right.
Or not beats you, puts his hands on you. And it's like, wow, that's 2 cases of domestic violence from one person.
In one family, basically.
Yes. And then you have the other people in the, in the group starting to give in and talk. And I remember telling, hey, dog, I told the story about what happened at your house.
Mm-hmm.
The Boink weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
But specifically the night at your house.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody who I was talking to was like, bro, that's part of a relationship. And I'm like, it doesn't have to be. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't have to communicate in that way. And sorry for the viewers, I'm not telling y'all the full story, but let's just say I got into a heated argument with my spouse. Verbal. Everything was verbal. And again, there are things that shouldn't be said verbally by people. And then I got somebody saying, bro, that's just normal. No, that's not normal, because
and we need to stop trying to make it normalized.
Right, because accepting the bad verbal behavior is what can lead to the physical behavior, because everybody isn't wired to be able to be talked to crazy and just accept it.
Bad Bunny.
Everybody.
Hold it.
Oh God, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons because I wanted to press
the Lakers
this.
are up, but when you're a black man in this country, you can't compartmentalize. You must compartmentalize to stay sane.
And look, these are big time facts spoken by C. Webb.
Everybody can't compartmentalize, but you have to know that. And if we actually talk about it and not just say, "Oh, James Pierce is monster." Now, he is a monster. He is a defensive end that had 10.5 sacks in his rookie year. And I feel bad for the first cop who had to go in and grab that nigga. Because, hey, dog, in a lot of these situations where these cops are dealing with these unarmed black men and they start with their guns drawn, I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
I think it's a terrible standard practice.
Yeah.
When you just walk up to somebody's car, hey, get out the car, you got your gun up. I don't think that's a great practice.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to pick up James Pierce, I don't trust my taser and my nightstick.
It's a big dude.
No, that's a big nigga.
Yeah. Look, nigga dude. He's big. Pause.
Hey.
But,
Dog, think about that, though. You get the call, or you at the station because it happened like right there. Yeah. You the first nigga to run out there, and he's in full rage.
Yeah, well, James Pierce is, but then they're telling you, apparently it's a former NFL dude, or no, it's a current NFL dude, and he's 6'5", like 250, 260 maybe. It's a big dude,
bro. He got 10.5 sacks
as a rook.
Yeah, like, bro. I think I told you when I ran into
with no other double-digit sack person on his team that's like he's the one that they know is coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
You remember how I told you when I ran into Colin at Vic's event and I like dapped him up, and then like when he dapped Hug, I'm like, and I felt his back and like, dang, bro, that's them NBA muscles.
Yeah.
And then I remember that same weekend dapping up Dap Hug and Vic. And I'm like, hey, them former NFL, UFL muscles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You go, I think about James Pierce with them rookie NFL muscles.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, in a fit of rage at the moment with the
at his
adrenaline
birth?
through the fucking roof.
Hey, Officer Timpson ain't gonna do it.
No.
And if they call Officer Lee, I'm gonna be like, hey, where's SWAT?
Right.
Get Ice Cube and them in here now.
No, you're right.
Was Ice Cube in SWAT or was that LL Cool J? Same.
LL Cool J.
Same. Good rapper, bad actor.
Yeah. Well, LL is a little bit worse than Cube. Because Cube has a classic movie. So
yeah, but he's
LL
still
Cool
bad.
J have a classic movie. I mean, what would you Deliver Us From Evil is not a classic.
No.
Deep Blue Sea is not a fucking classic. Is it class? It's not a classic. Friday's a classic.
Deep Blue Sea is a hood classic. Everybody's seen Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah, because Samuel L. Jackson got fucking eaten. So they got Deep Blue Sea. Hey, wasn't LL? No. Ice Cube was in Anaconda too.
Yeah, Ice Cube was in Anaconda.
Yeah,
that's a classic.
Well,
that's a classic.
Anaconda is such a bad CGI, like low key movie. But
is J-Lo in Anaconda too?
Yeah. Voight too, John Voight, who's
well, I was just talking about. Hold on, bro. If we're talking about J-Lo and Anaconda, there has to be a sexual innuendo before we move on to fucking John Voight.
Okay, yeah, sure.
You know.
Yeah. J-Lo.
She could be on my Anaconda.
Yeah.
You know, I put my Anaconda in her.
Yeah.
I wonder if I wonder if she can constrict.
Well, the thought would be yes.
How are we going to cross over to women? This show does not speak to women.
Well, I think that
we got to get back to women too on James Pierce because we hadn't even talked about.
Well, first that's what I thought you were talking about, but in terms of getting the women viewers, look, there's enough sex appeal here. They don't watch this show for the content. You know, they don't watch a lot of the things that they do. Is it for content?
Because he's cute.
Women love Drake because a lot of them think he's cute.
But we don't throw drinks at each other, so that really hurts us.
Yeah, like my niece loves Drake, right? She likes Drake. Yeah, she likes his music, but it's because she's attracted to him.
Yeah, which is I was gonna make a misogynist joke, not about your niece, but about why. We're just gonna talk about a lot of. Let me shut up. So, I hate this for Rakia.
Yeah.
I hate this for University of Tennessee. It's a bad stain on us. Yeah. But more importantly, I hate it for her because, dog, she also famous and she was in Miami for Unrivaled.
She's in Miami turning up another notch.
Well, that's probably why he tried to run the lamb truck into her.
You think somebody was trying to get behind Big Kia?
I mean, let's think about it. She plays in LA in her regular season, 22 games.
But they dated. I didn't realize they dated for 3 years.
Yeah. It goes back to Tennessee.
No, I know, but still.
And she's in Miami for Unrivaled season. Think about her options when she was at UT.
Uh-huh.
Think about her options in LA, her road games, Miami. I mean, she's probably rich now. Between what she makes in both leagues, some endorsements, some Johns,
maybe a little modeling. She might do a little modeling.
Yeah, there's probably some loopholes to where she doesn't travel. She ain't got to pay to do all her traveling and stuff. She has a nice chunk of change.
Yeah, she set up to win.
What do you think her DMs and texts look like?
Flooded.
She didn't. I'll tell you what. Week 1, I was looking for her because I've come across a few girlfriends in my section before,
Mm-hmm.
and family members. Not like you find girlfriends over there. I won't even say wives, and I can understand why girlfriends are over there.
Yeah.
But then we decided to look at her story just to see if she posted something. Because I was with a University of Tennessee basketball fan that day, and
Okay.
there was nothing there. It's like, oh, this is odd. His first NFL game. She posts on social media regularly. She's not posting that. She's not here. And then she posted something somewhere else, and WNBA season was over. So that's a tea leaf to me.
Yeah.
And the relationship probably ran dry, and he's crazy.
Yeah.
And they probably be fighting.
Big time issues there.
Are you going to ask the question, what did she do?
Ask, what do you mean?
Oh, she's from Detroit, man.
Rakia?
Yeah. And she grew up with brothers.
Yeah,
she fight,
Rakia?
man. Yeah, she fights, man. And
I'm
not
saying like Rakia.
She's cute, though. And she's 6'2". That's good breeding stock.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's where he fucked up, man. Buddy, you could have made a bigger version of yourself.
But do you think that he was cheating on her or something? What do you think led to, why did this all begin in the first place, I guess is what I'm asking.
The relationship, it ran its course, and
it's like, you're in Atlanta, I'm out here.
And one person was probably fighting for the relationship more than the other person. I got somebody sent something to me of a video of him like 2 weeks ago kissing her and just putting the camera in her face, and like she was covering her face. She was not trying to be in the video. So the relationship probably ran its course. He probably got caught 1,000 times cheating. They fight. She got tired of him cheating. She probably went and got her get back. Then ever since she got her get back, and it wasn't even like cheating get back. They was on break, and she was with somebody, and people were able to know about it, and they was able to get back to him, and she wasn't hiding it,
Yeah.
but not broadcasting it. And then they try to work things out, and then he can't get over what she did, and they just keep fighting, and it's just a terrible cycle. And he just happens to be a person who dropped in the draft because of character, not because of football, clearly by the way that he played.
Yeah.
And that's what got us where we are today. I think it's the usual nigga relationship cycle. And I shouldn't say nigga. The usual relationship cycle, but I say nigga because in our community, that's typically, I see that as a pattern, and mainly because I talk to black people.
Knitter.
And he just happens to be a crash out, but she's probably not. She's not far off.
Well, again, these are people that have had to deal with a ton of lot of ass kissing, I'm sure, to them amongst other people. So they feel like they can just get away with almost anything because they have been getting away with anything. And then the real world actually sneaks up on you,
Yeah, and both of them, they've recently found like more fame and more money.
Yeah.
So their lives have changed. And if we're being honest, who the hell would stay with their college sweetheart if their lives changed that dramatically after? Because bro, who wants to be a rookie second-year player in the NFL with a girlfriend for real? I'm talking about a nigga. I ain't talking about like the people who go off and get married to their college sweethearts and their lives don't really change. I'm talking about going from broke, lower middle class to rich as hell, not middle class, upper middle class to rich as hell.
In a city with some baddies.
Yeah, that nigga in Atlanta and she in LA. We know what they both doing.
Yeah.
And they argue all the time and they fight. And he lost his shit because he didn't want it to be over with. That's what I assumed to have happened.
Well, he wanted both.
Don't we all?
Yeah. You want to have your cake and eat it too.
Well, yeah. But prayers for them. And hey guys, I'm just gonna be honest, we focused on this from a male perspective because we're men.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of happy we didn't do you know how sometimes we come in here and we say all the fake right words on a topic because
Like
we're
maybe it
thinking
was
about
this.
how it's going to be received.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy we didn't do that today.
No reason to. Because at the end of the day, we would be falsely representing a group that we are not a part of. Doesn't mean that we don't have empathy or believe that that can be the right way, but the reality is that based on what little we do know about it and the status of each person, we can determine that this is more than likely how something like this went. Obviously, if more comes out, we can retract our statements. We can say we're wrong, but just based on the realities of how this stuff normally works, that's probably about right. So,
hey man, if that nigga show you he crazy when y'all first start talking, leave him alone.
yeah.
So they show you she crazy when you first start talking, leave her alone. If somebody starts to get a bit possessive early on, I don't like my partner to have no friends of the opposite sex. Or I don't want my friend talking to nobody. Like, when you start seeing stuff like that, or somebody wanting to be up under you all the time, go everywhere you go, know what you're doing and stuff. Those are some of the early warning signs, y'all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And the other way that I would look at this too is from a man side of it, brother, I get it, but it's just too many out here. And let alone your money that you fucked up. Let's throw the money out of it. But like, it's just too many out here.
Yeah.
There's badder that want you. Now,
yeah.
for what reasons, I don't know. But I know. But like, brother, you can upgrade over that situation and have somebody that is submissive that doesn't want you to leave. If that's what you want, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you won't be able to have NBA kids with her, but you know.
Hey, women. This ain't about them. Because I'm not making an accusation here, even though it could be assumed that. Just in general. Not women, people. Hey, keep your hands to yourself and don't provoke anybody if you don't want the consequences of what could come from that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if I punch you in your mouth, Parlay Pete, we'll fight.
Right.
You punch me in my mouth, we'll fight. Well, that's the assumption, right? And I'm not saying that we wouldn't, but I'm just saying the assumption is if I punch you, you punch me, the other person's going to return the punch.
Yeah.
Because that's the natural order of things, you know, Newton's law of motion and all of that.
You don't just get hit and take hit.
So when you're thinking about that, don't throw a punch and not expect a punch to come back. Don't disrespect somebody, talk to them crazy, and then be surprised if they put their hands on you. This isn't saying that's okay, bro. Just don't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's transition to the NBA. Give me 1 second.
Dang, I was gonna go take a leak.
Here, give me 1 second. 1 second.
You got it. Yeah, so we're gonna transition to the NBA, and I thought that was great of him because I was gonna say, yeah, we're going in circles now. Let's get to the NBA because there's a lot to talk about with the league. I mean, the trade deadline passed a week ago. We've had some fights in the NBA, a little brawl in action. We've got All-Star weekend in LA coming up this weekend. Pablo Torre, he drops some more good nuggets for us. So there's a lot going on in the NBA. And sadly, I think All-Star weekend it's probably going to be the shortest part of the conversation that we're going to have. Because who cares about All-Star weekend? Who cares about the All-Star game? Hell, what channel is the All-Star game on? Who has the All-Star game this year? You know, I think the NBA has forgotten what makes the league good. I think the NBA forgot what the fans like. Hell, I think the NBA forgot what good basketball is. because we're only looking at the money made off of basketball. We're not looking at making the sport as good as it can be and then making as much money as we can off of a superior product. No, we're looking at a product and then saying, how can we cut cost in order to maximize profit? And then in your typical business model, if profit is your goal, that is a smart thing to do. Cut cost. But if you're talking about creating a superior product, no, we're not cutting cost. And look at the NBA. We're getting rid of small point guards. We're getting rid of guys like Cam Thomas, guys who can just come in and score points. We're getting rid of consistent mid-range. We're getting rid of different types of coaching. We're getting rid of offensive plays. We're getting rid of a lot of specialist players. We're looking for a lot of generalists or shooters. You know what I mean? We're looking for shooters mainly. But we're not having players who have diverse games. I'm saying we're getting rid of body types. We're adding more international because that brings more international eyes and that grows the money, but it doesn't really grow the product. Probably not, because guess what? There's not that many eyes and money going to those other products over there, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's kind of what happens when you spend all your time cutting your cost. You get an NBA with 3-pointers and dunks, high pick and roll, 5 out, players not playing together.
10-second shot clocks.
Yeah,
that's the way that the pace that they're playing with.
Yeah, so you got all this pace. And it's like everybody is copying everybody else's model when it's like, hey, you don't have the same parts. So you trying to implement the same model with different parts actually doesn't help you. Maybe you should add more of that fat that used to exist. Like your power forward that comes in and gets rebounds and plays defense, doesn't block shots, just plays defense and gets rebounds, or the point guard who may not be able to shoot, but he can keep everybody engaged and involved, plays good defense. Maybe we should add, mid-range. Maybe we should run plays again. All of these different things that made basketball great. I think we should bring that back, unless we're going to continue to be a league that is only about making money. So then we'll continue to do what our streaming partners like, and the checks still keep coming in and the fans will complain, and then All-Star Weekend will continue to be irrelevant because the good players, it's not enough money for them to play and or get embarrassed or hurt or participate in the dunk contest. So nobody cares about it, and it becomes all about the parties that are after the events. Hold on, big dog. Oh no, you go ahead. I'm about to go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. The NBA is just one of these situations. They're in a situation right now, to me, where the future of the league truly is. It's not going to truly be in peril, but it should be in fucking peril. That is how bad this stuff is starting to get. For me, the NBA has turned into this league that I can't really watch anymore. I can't watch basketball anymore. And it's just so fucking unserious. All you have to do is look at teams like the Jazz and the Kings. They play tonight, ironically. And these guys are this tanking before All-Star break. Look, it's one thing to do at the final 10 games of the year like that last month. I understand. It's a tale as old as time with that. But this tanking ahead of time, this shit is bad. It's bad for basketball. It's bad for betting. Nobody wins in this scenario. And it's all this just to try and get a player. And that's why I kind of do hope that a guy like Adam Silver, if he really wants to fix this, continue to rig it then. Because if everybody's going to get fucked, then let's just fuck each other. It's not just fuck one person. Let's fuck everybody. So because the Jazz keep trying to fucking lose games, let's not award them the number 1 pick because they have the worst record. Let's give them the 5th pick. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, no, you started benching people with fucking, No goddamn time. Like you're benching people and you still got 30 games left in the season. That's crazy. Like, so yeah, to me, the NBA, it's a diluted product that just no longer, it doesn't move the needle for me. I can't speak for others, but for me, it doesn't move the needle. I'm honestly kind of sick and tired of the NBA and the way that they're moving this thing around. It's not good. So my expectation is that hopefully Adam Silver, they have a meeting and that they get their shit together and they figure it out, because there's just something wrong with the NBA. It's something wrong with the NBA, and we can't continue to have this being the, what's going on with it. It's just, it's a terrible product. And it's one of those things where I don't know if the league can fix it. I don't know if Adam Silver is going to truly be able to fix what's going on. But again, the way that he can fix it is it's really simple. Everybody's got to fuck each other in these situations. That's how that's got to end up going, you know? And when I say everybody's got to fuck each other, Lee, this is what I mean. I mean it in a sense of, if the Utah Jazz and the Sacramento Kings are all dying to get the number 1 pick and they keep losing, you need to set it up to where how Utah did have the worst record in the league last year and they got the 5th pick. We need to, if they want to fuck the fans and fuck the bettors and anyone that get the integrity of the game, then Adam Silver needs to fuck the Jazz. Like, he needs to fuck these teams and say, well, guess what? That's the only way that I can fix it, because I can't tell you to not play your starters in the 4th quarter because you did play them in the game. So it's not like I can really say, well, they're not, I can't fix it from that standpoint because they're completely within their realm. If the coach decides that those are the guys he wants to roll with in the 4th, so be it, right? Even though we know it's wrong, there's nothing that you can really do about it. So if you're Adam Silver, you say, that's okay. We're just going to rig the lottery. And you guys will never
they do that anyways.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by everybody just needs to fuck each other then. That's what we have to do.
You know how Silver could really get these guys to stop tanking?
Give the pick to the fucking Lakers or something.
No. Host the NIL tournament. And the way you finish out in the non-playoff makers tournament is the draft order.
Yeah.
So if you don't make the playoffs, your seeding, your top seed.
Yeah.
And you go from there. And so now you're either playing for the playoffs or you're playing to get a top pick. But either way,
you got to win.
Winning is incentivized. And yes, you may have a 8, you may get some 8-9 like tanking, jockeying for, but that's the last few games of the year. It's not pre-All-Star break.
Yeah, and that's what I was just explaining, basically, just in a sense of that's where my issue's coming in. Why are teams doing this before the fucking All-Star break? Like I said, I can understand that last month, 8, 9, 10 games, 11 games. All right, cool, whatever. We're used to it. This is unprecedented. What's going on? Season's barely halfway over.
And the sad part is it's leaking into football. But it's the pencil pushers, man. It's the spreadsheet guys.
Yeah.
It's all about the spreadsheets, man. Because, well, if based on this and the projections, we can get this pick. And it's like, hey, man, if I'm an athlete, I want to go win every game.
Yep.
If I'm a coach, I want to win most games.
Yeah.
Because as a coach, you got to be real and be like, hey, dog, we can't beat these niggas.
Yeah.
But we can get better, and we can do things, and we can prove some things. But to go out and try to lose, to continue, like to pull your players in the 4th quarter, for Will Hardy to have a job, it just lets you know that he is a tool.
Yeah.
He's an absolute tool. This guy has not tried to win since he got his job. And I don't know about you, but if I'm a basketball coach, I'm having conversations with the front office like, hey, dog, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of going in this locker room lying to these motherfuckers. They know I'm lying to them because we ain't trying to win.
Yeah.
We went and got Lauri Markkanen from where? Cleveland?
Mm-hmm.
An all-star?
Mm-hmm.
And he just over here rotting.
Yeah.
I don't even know why we drafted. I don't even know why we drafted Ace Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't got no, because the Jazz to start the season were a 10 seed.
Yeah.
The Jazz, as constructed, are a playoff team.
Yeah.
And now it's, and I get it. If you're building a team, I'd rather have AJ Dembele because, the Jazz owner, the Jazz's owner is paying for him.
Yeah.
To BYU, to the high school in Utah, to BYU, and AJ, the Boston guy, Danny.
Yeah.
Hey, dog, if the Jazz get AJ Dembele, we know that the lottery's fixed.
Oh, for sure.
We know that the league gets fixed. It's bad enough that the Luka trade happened, the Lakers didn't sell, then AD leaves.
Somehow goes to the Mavericks.
Yeah. Like, hey, y'all are pissing on our faces now.
The year nobody wants the first overall pick, they're like, let's just give it to Atlanta because why not? They haven't had it in a minute.
See, when we were growing up,
make a joke about the city of Atlanta.
See, when we were growing up, it used to be, all the owners were just, when they would piss on us, they would just piss on us, right? But it's all the owners at once, so it looks like rain.
Yeah.
And because the acid rain that they told us about in school, once the rain comes out of those nasty clouds, it's a different color rain with a different smell. That's what they tell us, right? Yeah, that's piss. We just didn't know it was piss because it was all spread out. Now, Adam Silver, he just pulls his thing out, and it's just all in the fans' face. It's just one stream.
Yeah.
I've never seen rain just come from one spot of the sky. You know what I mean? It's multiple drops. No. He ain't dry. It's just like a nigga just poured piss out the sky.
Circumcised and all.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's definitely circumcised.
Yeah.
New Kung Fu Kenny.
I have to say that because that's a joke that went over a lot of people's head.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
They're gonna think I'm being gay.
Not for them to get it, honestly. If you don't get it, you just don't get it.
But no, the NBA has the NBA is a shitty league.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about their fans. At least in the NFL, we complain about the Falcons not caring about us.
Yeah.
But we don't say that about the players.
All I gotta say is that they don't really care about us.
They don't, because we keep paying for it. We keep watching the game. We keep buying league pass. And we have streaming subscriptions to all of these sites already. So it looks, the numbers are here and people are watching. Well, yeah, nigga, I was going to watch Peacock anyways. Law and Order. So I hate it. I've seen every episode of SVU.
Okay.
I don't even like watching basketball. And the worst part is little kids don't know no better.
No.
And I know we sound like the old heads, but I think with the old heads, they got mad at us for doing flashy stuff because they're like, that's not necessary.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I practice it a lot, it's not really flashy, it just looks flashy.
Yeah.
Like I can throw passes accurately behind my back with both hands because I practiced the hell out of it when I was younger. And to this day, if I angle up, like when I angle up on beer pong and shoot behind my back,
cash
I'm
money.
usually I'm online. I'm not saying like my power and everything is right, but I'm typically online. And if I'm not online, I can feel in my release why I missed it, which means you know what you're doing. It's just not random.
Right.
So that's kind of with our pushback, like no look passes, behind the back passes, and stuff like that. And yes, these are higher risk things. I get it. But we're not talking about the risk in which you're taking. We're talking about just this doesn't even look like the game that we played.
No, it doesn't. And it's just so hard to sit up and watch, man. The NBA, and I've been saying this now for a couple of years. It wasn't just because of what's happening now. The NBA has been it's becoming a much tougher watch. And like I said, there's so much talent in the NBA today, but the star power to a degree is going away. That the old guard we're moving on from that old guard that we're used to. And like I said, there are stars. Wemby had 37 points in the first half yesterday. Now, granted, he probably should have with no Luka, no LeBron, no Austin Reeves, no Marcus Smart playing, but
the league is building up the wrong stars.
Yeah.
Hey, only basketball people like Wemby.
Yeah.
We don't know, like, if you're not a basketball person, you don't know him, and you can't relate to a 7'5" black French guy that can shoot threes, dribble, and dunk.
Yeah.
Niggas like Ant-Man and Ja. And I understand the league's hesitance to promote them more, especially Ja.
Hand the keys over.
But hey, man, you know how much positive talk I heard around with the Pistons and Charlotte fight this week? Because it felt like the NBA. Because it wasn't just to hold me back. Oh, we just going to do a little shouting, pushing. No, it was punches thrown. It was nigga get mushed. Miles Bridges.
There's a nigga coming from the bench and saying, no, well, what's up? Like, you know.
And Miles Bridges sees him coming and is squared up and swinging. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, no, these niggas are fighting. That's a real fight. So the human stuff in basketball is what people like.
Yes.
They like the out of this world talent. What Luka does is great. We love to watch that. What Joker does is great. We love to watch that. But you know what else we like? We like when Ant-Man jumps over two niggas and dunks that bitch. We like when. Go ahead.
No, now I was gonna say, and then he called somebody a word.
Yeah, he called him a fuck nigga.
Yeah.
The bitch ass nigga off me.
You know.
But to that point, the suits are taking that away because they're getting so PC and spreadsheet, and they're building this international model of basketball. And guess what? Niggas in America go overseas because they can't play in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
They don't go overseas because they'd rather go overseas. You go overseas because you can't play in the NBA. And we have players from all of these different countries who kill in their league and don't even get a look from the NBA.
Yeah.
But now we're going to adopt a lower model to make it our prototype.
Yeah.
That's like Lamborghini saying, hey, you know what? We're going to build around the Focus. We're going to make a Lamborghini Ford Focus.
Yeah.
Because, see, this Ford Focus, you can drive it anywhere. It's a great car, good gas mileage, efficient. It's like, yeah, dog, I want to watch Lamborghinis and Maseratis and G-Wagons and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ferraris. I don't want to watch a bunch of Hondas. If I want to watch some Hondas, I go to a high school game, man.
Yeah. Ferraris and Rovers.
Did you get into your WNBA piece of how the NBA is killing the WNBA and just stepping on all of their fucking buzz?
No, I didn't, but that's a good point to where we can pick this up, and hopefully the women are still tuned in that we spoke about earlier. But
they don't watch the WNBA.
Well, right.
The women who actually like this show probably do watch the WNBA. But the women we're talking about, they don't watch the WNBA.
No. The WNBA gets stepped on from all this, though. With all this negative publicity that's coming from the NBA, who suffers? The WNBA. In my opinion, they're a part of it, too. Because if we're not intrigued by your premium product, what makes you think that we want your your basic product. You know, your the non-premium product. This isn't even your best product. What makes you think that we would want that? How am I going to go to McDonald's and say, you know, I want the double cheeseburger, but then I know that the premium cheese, the Big Mac and the fucking quarter pounder aren't any good? Why would I do that? So
It's cheaper.
Well, it's cheaper, but at the same time, I'm just saying, if I've had their premium ones, why would I want their cheaper one? If their premium one to me is not good, what makes me think the cheaper one's going to be good? Like,
I mean, look, I get it. You don't get Bud Light Platinum and Bud Light Lime, or hell, even Bud Light, if Budweiser wasn't doing numbers.
yes,
I mean, shit, Bud Light before Anheuser got woke was selling more units than Budweiser,
yeah,
world's most popular beer,
yeah.
and it was the second product.
Over the banquet beer.
Whoa, that's Coors.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, but the point being is, hey, if your A1 stuff, if the reason why I'm here isn't good, I'm definitely not. I don't care about dessert.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because, hey, the WNBA, like women's basketball, is at a premium right now, and they actually play good basketball.
I was about to say they've got their most talent that they've ever had, and they actually have now. They have stars that a casual can recognize. Somebody just walking by and they're like, "Hey, that's Caitlin Clark." They don't watch basketball, but they're like, "Oh, I know her. She's in the State Farm commercial." Or, "Oh, that's Angel Reese. She's always on the Shade Room."
Come on, man.
What? What? What's wrong with what I just said?
She wasn't on the Shade Room today. She was on major websites today.
Which ones?
On
site?
No, she announced her return to Unrivaled. You know, ratings are down, and they're negotiating, so they need to get those ratings back up so they can
have more negotiating power. Saying, "Hey, look, this is us without big corporate really backing us. This is just us fucking playing pickup basketball for everybody to watch."
Bro, let us get Caitlin Clark out here. You know she won't go.
Yeah,
she'll lose every endorsement deal.
Jordan would never. You know, Michael Jordan didn't license himself to be on fucking video games back in the day. Like, and I think Chuck too. I think Barkley also did it.
But
I know Jordan definitely wasn't in certain games.
Chuck's was different. Chuck was, y'all making all this money off of our likeness, but y'all ain't giving us no real money. So donate whatever to the NBA's like player fund or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And Chuck said you can have his likeness, but if they ain't gonna do that, he ain't giving up his likeness. But
Kobe Bryant, 40 points, 50 points.
But now back to the WNBA thing, man. It's just unfortunate that the WNBA, like, they play good basketball though. You know, they run plays, they shoot threes, they do post-ups, mid-range. And don't get me wrong, like it is not as aesthetically pleasing as good NBA basketball.
No.
But I'm just talking about the fundamentals and the different nuances of basketball. Like, every team doesn't play the same. They play based on their personnel. So I like that. But Unrivaled is not going to be what they think it is.
I don't watch it now.
I don't watch it. I haven't watched it this year. I did watch it a lot last year.
Yeah.
I've been binging a lot of shows now that we don't watch football every day, damn near. I've been binging a hell lot of shows. So but do they not know that the NBA would just suck their sponsors dry?
No, but would you expect them to be thinking that way? You know, these are people that think that they should be getting paid their revenue share when the company isn't making any money.
But they're producing.
So would I expect them to recognize that the NBA could just, you know?
Well, maybe they have access to more information than we do, and they know that they could be profitable, and the owners are intentionally not making profits.
Maybe so. I mean, you think Silver is sitting up and he's saying, "Look, this is where we're going to show our losses for the."
Yeah, I mean, for all we know, they might tuck their losses into the they might tuck their losses into the WNBA, and they may not even be actual WNBA losses.
Yeah,
I doubt it. I mean, I think they do it to some degree, but like, no, the WNBA doesn't make money. I believe that.
Yeah, no. I mean, well, because I'm not trying to be funny. Do you think the Brooklyn Nets make money?
I doubt it. I mean,
I'm sure that, and the only thing saving them is that maybe there's a bunch of people in New York that have season tickets just because they can't get Knicks tickets. And like,
yeah, I was gonna get into that.
What's a bad team? You think the Memphis Grizzlies are making money right now?
Yes.
Okay, well, post once they get Ja's ass.
I don't think the Kings are making money.
Making money.
No. And they're still going to get rid of Ja because he doesn't fit with the coach. Oh, because it's, international style of basketball. Now, hey, I got one of the 20 best niggas walking the face of the country on my team right now. No, hey, no, I'm the coach. I know more.
Well, look, I mean, that's why the All-Star game is USA versus world, right? I mean, that's what we want to see these days. We want to see more international basketball.
But it's not really USA versus world because the USA team is watered down.
Well, it's split into two.
Exactly. If you really want to do USA versus world, put the best 24 on the court. Oh, yeah, if you do the best 24, the world team ain't going to have enough subs. Denny Avdia is an all-star, man.
Denny Avdia has been really good this year, though, too.
I don't care. He made it over James Harden. Stop.
Look, I agree that stuff like that shouldn't be happening.
He made it over Kawhi. Stop. Jamal Murray finally made an all-star.
Yeah.
Superstar Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
You know why Jamal Murray is one of my least favorite players?
So he's on Team World, obviously, Canada.
Yeah. Cat's on Team World.
Really?
He plays with DR. He's played with him since like college.
So Donovan Mitchell, he didn't get his Panama.
I don't know.
They didn't approve it, did they?
I don't know. Cat playing for Team World is stupid. Cat's one of my least favorite NBA personalities.
After all that, we should get a Cat drop too.
I mean, there's so many.
For sure. Like something like that when he said for sure. That would, because we can use that a lot, like in relation to something if you agree with something, or it's just like, yeah, for sure.
I'm not gonna use it positively.
Yeah.
It's probably just gonna replace this one.
New Kung Fu Kenny.
Right. That would work. It's an alternate one,
Where are we at on time?
We got about 20 minutes.
What else you want to talk about? I think I put some more stuff on here.
Well, we got a little bit of culture. Obviously, I think you kind of touched it just a tad, but we can put a ribbon on the NBA. All-Star Saturday night, dunk contest, just do away with it. I'm getting really tired of this no superstar wants to do it. And it's not even about necessarily the stars, right? Like, yeah, I want to see Ant Edwards, Ja, LeBron. Like, we know who we want to see in it, but it's like, bro, we're not even getting like
players that we know.
Yeah, I mean, and look, Mac McClung is honestly a solid dunker, but he's a G League player. I know now he's on I think he might have signed like a 10-day with the Bulls, but like,
oh, he's gone. They got enough guards.
One day I'm going to ask Colin. I'm going to ask him. I'm like, Colin, have you ever thought about doing it? Like, I know you did it in he did the high school one. He won the McDonald's one, but it's like, I just want to ask him, just be like, bro, would you ever consider doing it? Can you please save the fucking dunk contest for me?
He's probably going to say, I'd rather go on vacation.
Well, right. And I see, and maybe for a guy like him, it's understandable because it's like, well, if I'm not in the skills competition, if I'm not in the Rising Stars game, if I'm not an all-star, I've already done enough of these. I don't really give a fuck, especially if the destination, like this year it's in LA, but like let's say when it goes back to New Orleans, a nigga might not want to fucking go to New Orleans. Like,
And the worst part is because they extended the All-Star break, you can get a full vacation.
yeah.
You know, back when it's like you play until Thursday and then you're back playing like Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's not really enough time for a vacation. Like,
Yeah.
you're not going to go far.
Now, yeah. Tonight's, I know there's some games tomorrow, but tonight's basically everybody's playing. And then there's like 3 or 2 games tomorrow, and then they're off until next Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, yeah, so like that's a week.
Yeah.
You can
In
go
season.
to, yeah, you can go to like Mexico, Caribbean.
DR.
Shit, if you East Coast, you can go to England.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you'd want to go to there at this time of the year, but I'm just saying the options there. But yeah, All-Star Weekend sucks.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know how to fix it, but dog, you think about it though, we don't even see good dunks in games anymore. Like, how often do you see a windmill, a 360, somebody doing a 180 reverse pump on a fast? You don't see.
Every blue moon.
Huh?
Every blue moon.
And there was a time where you would just see windmills.
Yeah. Guys are
Paul George did a 360 windmill in a game. You remember Paul George did a 360 windmill in a game?
Yeah.
When's the last time we seen a 360 in a game? Like,
Well, yeah, I know.
exactly.
I'd say this. Jackson Hayes, who's in the dunk contest, he did do it between the legs in one of these games recently, but he's also a tall nigga that.
His between the legs don't look good.
Yeah, because he's so long, anyways, and it's like, well, okay.
And what makes between the legs look good is when you got verticality.
Yes.
And it's
Looking
more,
into the fucking rim doing it.
and it's more tight. It's a tight between the legs, and then you're up there, and you know what I mean?
Him, it's like, man, you barely jumped off the ground. You just kind of used your
Arms.
width, your reach. Like,
Yeah, man.
it's such sorry. It's a bad product. This adds to my NBA bad product. The marquee weekend football is over now, and now it's like, all right, y'all, it's basketball time, and you can't even put on for the NBA in that week. And it's just,
I'll be honest with you. If I were involved with somebody, I would much rather go on a Valentine's Day date Saturday night.
yeah. Damn, I guess it is this. Yeah. I know Valentine's Day is this week, but I keep forgetting that, yes, it's All-Star Weekend. That would be on Saturday.
Yeah, Valentine's Day weekend and All-Star Weekend is together every year. I can't wait till the NFL pushes the Super Bowl back a week so then the All-Star game can get pushed back a week. So then All-Star Weekend is never on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I mean, but they've got to work on that. The Super Bowl and All-Star Weekend, for one, should not be back-to-back weekends.
Or if it is, I know that they had the Grammys that week before the Super Bowl, but I was going to say, really, if you had the All-Star Weekend, if you're going to do a back-to-back, why not set up for All-Star Weekend to be the week before the NFL? You know what is funny, though? You could literally set it up to where – because then every NBA player could go to the Super – like you could just give them that whole week off.
No, but you got to think about the media. You got to think about the fans who travel to both, the celebrities that travel to both.
But what if you coincided and made – I know that they wouldn't do it this way, but you made the All-Star and the Super Bowl in the same city.
As a city, as much as you love that revenue, you don't want all of that shit in your city for 2-3 weeks.
But it really would be only 1 week.
No, you can't do that.
You know, it'd be 10 days, Friday to the next Sunday.
That's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much. I feel where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But then, like, you can't always tie the cities together because, hey, there's going to be a Super Bowl in Buffalo. We can't. We're not.
You think that they're going to get it?
When they built that new stadium, yeah.
That's an outdoor stadium.
But that comes with building a new stadium. You build a new stadium, you get a Super Bowl.
Nashville's going to get it for sure.
Well,
But,
it's Nashville.
Yeah, I
So
don't. I know Minnesota got it, but theirs is a dome though. So it's like, you know.
But you just don't want to clog all of that stuff up, but also thinking about people's pockets. Those trips could come off the same paycheck.
Yes.
So yeah, spread it out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Cardi B and Stephon Diggs broke up apparently.
Yeah, I saw, the internet sleuths that get on there and talk about they unfollowed each other, and then somebody pointed out Diggs is one of the baby mothers was front row or something at the game and had on his jersey. And
well, why wouldn't she?
Well, because that's Cardi's man.
Dog, if you were with another woman and y'all had a kid and you're playing in the Super Bowl, your current daughter and her mother would have a great ticket to that game, and your daughter would have access to the on-field, all of that stuff, and she would be escorted by her mother because obviously you can't be there to take care of those responsibilities.
Right.
And more times than not, she's going to be wearing your fucking jersey.
Yeah. Well, and then that way everybody knows, well, for one, that's why they're there. If I wasn't there, they wouldn't be there anyway. So, yeah.
And if you won the game, are you really going to rob your kid of a picture of you, your kid, and your kid's mother after winning a Super Bowl? Fuck no.
Yeah.
Fuck what Cardi think. Now, don't get me wrong. Diggs may be fresh with his baby mama and may be active with his baby mama. So it's not that she's there. It's not that he had his baby mama there. It's that he had a piece of work there that he's still messing with.
Yeah.
But see, I brought this. I put this up here.
Is that the Cardi album?
Yeah.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Am I the drama? Yes,
Yeah.
you are. It usually sits in my bathroom now.
Is this a SZA shirt you're wearing too? Sweatshirt? Who's that on that sweatshirt?
Janae.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, Cardi. Yeah, she sits in the bathroom.
Is that where the drama goes down?
No, it's just because Cardi's some shit, so I put shit in the bathroom.
Yeah. You set your toilet paper on top of it. So
it's right on top of the toilet.
Yeah.
You been following the Glorilla shit? We don't have to talk about it. I was just curious if you
No, what happened?
Oh, nothing. She's arguing with
Brandon Ingram or something. What?
She's arguing with a sibling about money, and the sibling saying Glorilla don't do nothing for him, and she done been on TMZ and all of this stuff. I think I think they're trying to. I think she's about to drop something.
Yeah.
Oh, Sexy Red dropped that new song. If you wanted to, I haven't listened to it.
Sexy.
No.
Was it the Michael Jackson shit?
Yeah.
When did it come out? Because I saw something on Twitter about it like this morning.
It came out sometime today. I got a notification from Apple Music.
Wow. Hold on. I almost want to say you want to give it a little preview.
Oh, never mind. This is no song.
Oh.
She dropped it.
I was about to say, I'm curious as to how she would get a Michael Jackson clearance on that.
I'm gonna assume that something happened with his estate and his stuff got sold, and she works for somebody who owns it.
Oh,
that's my assumption. I can't imagine
that somebody who owns a lot of different things.
No, I'm not pointing any fingers.
What happens with it?
I'm not pointing any fingers. I haven't done enough research to point fingers. I just assumed that his estate doesn't own the rights to his music anymore. That's the only reason they would slut it out like that.
That'd be a nasty way to do it. It's kind of like how when copyrights, when that stuff expires, like, do you remember they had just came out with a Winnie the Pooh like horror movie?
Vaguely.
Yeah, that recently came out because the copyright for Winnie the Pooh had expired after like 100 years. And so then it became basically public domain which pretty soon Mickey Mouse, for instance, will be available for that. And like,
I doubt it.
well, I don't know. So I don't know if it's just this way that you can just renew it and make
Hey,
sure.
no, hey, ain't nobody getting Mickey Mouse, and we know that.
Yeah, Walt, huh? You think Walt put it in writing that you can't?
If he didn't, he did.
Yeah.
You ain't getting Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. Well, they were able to get Winnie. That's all I'm saying. I know Winnie's not, the biggest character in the world, but still.
Hey man, what direction is this show gonna go in now that football season's over? And we've pretty much told the world that we hate the NBA despite watching it. I can't imagine we're going to talk for 2 hours about the NBA.
No, we're not. I think that we'll start having special guests come through and really have more general conversation, right? Hopefully we'll get a little bit of W. We can return to the W and Wayne. Obviously one of my favorite segments. We'll have the draft and free agency though in about a month. So that'll give us a little bit of steam there, but stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more general conversation certainly going on. And even if we can't make it 2 hours, even if it's an hour and a half, whatever it is, we'll get it figured out one way or another.
Come on, man. We were doing 3-hour shows.
Yeah, sometimes 4. We did a 4-hour show before.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the talking piece of it. I'm just for the listeners, I'm just curious in what direction we're actually going to go because, hey, guys, we plan the show usually day of. I mean, we talk about things throughout the week, but shit, we didn't even really go over topics today. So,
well, but we kind of knew we didn't do a show last week, and then there's the Super Bowl just happened. You know what I mean? There's so much you can always grab from there, and NBA.
Oh God! Next week's show, we're gonna recap the NFL season. That means I'm gonna have to
Oh, you got to find our predictions so we can see.
Yeah. I got to do homework. So actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run that episode through ChatGPT and let it extract everything for us.
There you go. That's what we call working harder, not working smarter, not harder.
Yeah, and speaking of which, when we get off of here, I've got to start working smart and hard because Village Vets are throwing a party in 2 weeks, and I've got some work to do, buddy.
Yeah. Make sure it's a beacon of light for the Ville.
That's the goal. But we've got to. Yeah, I've got to.
You're not gonna be selling out of your trunk, are you?
No.
J. Cole was at Morehouse like 2 days ago doing that.
Good for him. Did you listen to that album?
Honestly, front to back, no, but I've heard songs.
I like the song with Future and Tim's.
Okay. Is that the one that Future did the sample?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
It's the one.
Yeah.
11 o'clock on the dot. I'm in dropped up, cruising the street. I grew up. Yeah, no, I really would love to be out at night with a nice looking young lady. And that song comes on and we're just grooving a little bit.
Yeah, you turn it up a little bit, like you're driving, but then you turn
No.
it up.
No. I want to be like dancing.
Oh, out, not
out
driving.
Dancing. Yeah, no, out dancing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm the type of guy I would love to invite a girl over for dinner and dancing.
Yeah,
just dance in the living room like Eddie Murphy did on Boomerang.
Yeah,
I think that's just player.
Little dinner and dancing. I was kind of doing that yesterday myself. Well, we weren't really dancing, but there was music being played. There's no doubt about that.
I bet y'all were making some good music.
Well, no. We were listening to good music. But,
okay.
Yeah.
You know what, man? I ain't got anything else for you. Pause.
Yeah, I think we pretty much did get through everything. Just to recap it here, the NBA sucks. Adam Silver's got. Matter of fact, I'll tell you that'll be AC Lee and Parlay Pete got something to say. Adam Silver, get your shit together, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would hate to see the NBA, eventually suffer a fate that it shouldn't, and the interest and the integrity of the league get compromised to where people no longer care. So I guess that'll be my final words here for Commissioner Silver.
Hey, my final words are going to kind of piggyback off of this. There's a lot of money out here. There's a lot of money to be made. But when you're talking about art and sports or art and science, don't let the money be the driving factor for the art. Let the art drive the money.
It's beautifully put.
That's all I got, man.
Same time next week?
Yeah, I think that works. I think I'll be free.
Yeah, let's get it done. Let's get it done. I'm about to go over here and pour up a shot with my brother and wish him a happy birthday.
I'm about to drink me a couple of brewskis and start binging The Lincoln Lawyer.
Yeah.
All right, dog.
All right. Well, salutations, good people. Lee, as always, a pleasure. We're out.
All right, dog.
All right.